Right, hello everyone. It's a late day 18. I just finished watching the day 18 video, and it was all about the next steps for your business once you actually got your first few clients, right? So the first idea was that you contact people on LinkedIn, so-called cold calling, you could call it, right? Like cold contacting. So they have never heard of you and you just contact them. And then you invite them for a strategy session and you try to, convince them that you can help them. So you're trying to do this with the first people and you're trying to prove that your niche is working, right? So this whole idea of cold messaging means you're talking to a lot of students, you're trying to sell them your program, and then you can see whether they accept that program the way it is or whether you need to make some changes. Now, once you have collected some feedback and you've maybe adapted your niche and your program, you can then move on to the next stage. The next stage would be that you collect some emails from people, right? And how do you collect emails? Well, you give out a freebie. I mean, I'm sure all of you have noticed this, right? People are like, grab my free ebook, download the free PDF guide, and then you have to leave your email, and then that person, that entrepreneur has your email and can send you emails in the future. Really smart trick. So this would be the next step, right? And then from this email list, you can actually, sell better, they're saying, because email has the advantage that A, it's a lot more personal. B, people are checking their inboxes every day. Maybe they're not checking social media. Maybe not all of them are checking social media. And C, your email list is always yours, right? So if your LinkedIn or your Facebook account or your Instagram account, for whatever reason, gets blocked, you have no power over it. I do actually have a friend who this happened to. Her Instagram just got blocked for whatever reason, her professional Instagram, and it took her weeks to get it back. So this happens a lot. And I think one shouldn't underestimate this. So if you have people's emails, at least you can always reach out to them unless they change their email. And yes, they can unsubscribe, but I do feel like that's a fair thing, because if people don't unsubscribe, that means either they're too lazy or you are showing them some value. I do have some email newsletters that I'm following because I am interested in the service of people, and if they annoy me after a while, I unsubscribe. So email would be the next step, and this should help you to scale your business and do more sales than just cold contacting on LinkedIn. After that, you can go into paid advertising, for example, on Facebook. I'm sure you've also seen all these paid ads. I mean, my feed is full of them. If I now go through my feed, every second post is a paid ad. So, And then again, often this paid ad will also lead you to the freebie where you enter your email, or the free webinar where you enter your email. And actually, all of this is part of a sales funnel, right? If you've never heard of a funnel, you know the shape of a funnel. You try to get a lot of people, and then you give them something, you contact them, they have to make a click, or they get your free downloads, and then there's few people who are interested in that, and then maybe they sign up for another webinar, and then maybe they buy a small product of yours, and then maybe you offer them a higher priced one, right? So the idea is that compared to a website where you have all of your information, so people can click in lots of different places, with the sales funnel, there's one logical line. So you first invite people to register for your free ebook. Then you send them a thank you email and say, hey, if you're interested in a webinar, go to my webinar. Then if they're in the webinar, you can send them another email and say, hey, I have a low-priced $7 whatever challenge, right? And if they're interested in that and they completed that, then you can divert them to your course or to your one-on-one coaching. So there is a progression, a logical one, and people only have the option to either say, yes, I want this, or no, actually, I'm no longer interested. And that makes the whole process really simple. And the program was explaining that this does simplify the process. It's more easier for people to understand. And you can automate this. This is another really great thing, right? Like with emails, you can automate your funnel. So yeah, and obviously, yeah, I've been a customer of these processes and I've noticed them. And yeah, I mean, it does work. I'm sure I have also purchased things. Maybe, right? I think you have to be aware that, of course, it doesn't work on everyone. I think I probably signed up to 100 newsletters and then I purchased one thing, which is why it's good to have a lot of emails. But yeah, there's always the 1% or the 0.5% or the 3%. I think that's like the email conversion rate that might purchase. Yes, and then of course the last one would be a sales webinar. Sorry, I already mentioned the sales webinar in the funnel, but yeah, once you got some emails, you did some paid advertising, you can then do a sales webinar where you sell to more like a group of people, right? But the whole idea is that there's some sort of a progress through this. And yeah, last but not least, I think a lot of people want to jump right at this, like, oh yes, I'm going to do a sales webinar and I'm going to present my program and then I'm going to sell it to everyone. And like they're saying, it's good to go step by step because you really want to have the perfect program in your sales webinar. You already want to have some emails. If you don't have emails and you like advertise a sales webinar, that would be really unfortunate. Like, if you don't have people's emails, you shouldn't offer them much. So yeah, I can see where this is going. Obviously, this is really like a, I was going to say 5-year plan, but this will evolve over several months and years, especially if you're doing this by yourself. It takes a lot of time, especially in the beginning. And I think, yeah, one shouldn't forget that. And again, I think it might be a good thing also to mention that many people think that growth is like linear and it just goes up continuously. Like, so you grow your business and it will just grow. I do think that there is lots of truth in the picture where growth is like this and then you fall, and then it is like this and then you fall down. It's like this and then you fall down. You keep going up, but it's just not a steady process. So I can see also with this that maybe you get the first client and then you don't get any, and then you suddenly get a few, and then you start your emails and then people are unsubscribing from your email and then you do get more people. And so I think this is a good point to keep in mind. Anyway, day 18, we got 3 more days to go. I'm very curious, and yes, it's good to have a sort of a vision for what the future can bring. It's really good to have this in the back of your mind, right? Because you're so busy with the what's right now and how you're getting all of this done. It's nice to also have a bit of a vision and dream of what is possible, right? And of course, with this, you can substantially scale your business. All right, I will get back to you tomorrow. Cheers.